Scott and Bob at Botticelli's. We hope you've had the chance to taste your limoncello. We'd love to hear from you if you've made it just the way we did and it tastes great. In fact, you might bring some by the station. It'd be all right. We're going to do lemon curd, and this lemon curd that you make here is very, very tasty.
Yeah, I
Is
like
this
it.
like an old family Scott recipe, or
No.
something you learned a long time ago? Or?
No, we used to make it when I first started in the industry. There wasn't a lot of things that I had utilized it in between then and now.
Yeah.
But I got kind of bored with making our regular tiramisu,
Okay.
so I wanted to try something a little bit different. I do make raspberry tiramisu, but I wanted to do something a little bit. I love lemon, so it was a natural selection.
Yeah.
Basically all it is just egg. It's kind of similar to a Zabaglione that you'd make as far as your basis goes for your regular tiramisu.
These are just yolks, or is this the whole egg?
Yeah, this is just 12 egg yolks, and we make it in much larger batches, but
Sure.
this will be quick. It's about what you'd use in your home. You can put it in kern jars after it's made, refrigerate it. It'll stay for quite some time.
It goes on whatever.
Into your desserts, you can just you can throw it and eat it with some fresh fruit, ice cream, whichever. It's just it's all around tasty.
So how many yolks you said again?
This is
About
12.
12
Yeah, this is
yolks.
12 yolks,
Okay.
and then you're gonna take and add half a cup of Meyer lemon juice. We use Meyer, but you can also use when you do your limoncellos, you can use regular lemon. I like Meyer lemon because doesn't have quite the acid content. It's a little bit nicer rounded flavor.
Not as tart, maybe.
Exactly. And I'm just gonna add the lemon juice.
Don't you love the smell of lemon?
Mm-hmm. And then 2 cups of sugar.
And this is not like baker's sugar. This is regular sugar.
Yeah, just regular sugar, granulated sugar. And then here, I have approximately 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon zest.
And you do that by just peeling the...
Yeah, you just use a zester, and you run it along the outside of the lemon, only taking off a single layer. If you take more than the single layer off, it's gonna make it bitter. And you're gonna add that. While you're doing this, you're going to set a pot of oil or a pot of water on the boil.
Right. And this has been boiling for a while back here.
Yeah, I just like to have it to speed up the process a little bit. If you throw your bowl on before it's boiled, you're going to be sitting there mixing it.
What a lovely looking yellow. Can you see that? Huh?
And you're just going to stir that, get it nice and incorporated.
Egg yolks, lemon.
Yep. And then drop that over the top of the double boiler. And you'll be wanting to stir it constantly. Basically what you're trying to do, while that sugar's dissolving, the heat's building, you're going to start cooking the eggs, basically.
Okay.
And that will create kind of a custard.
I see.
Kind of a timely process. You'll be standing here, whipping it pretty good. If you're not used to utilizing a wire whip.
Probably what?
It could take about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Come on over, Scotty. You can take a tight shot. You want? Scotty, our photographer, he's a big fan of lemon curd too, by the way, just so you know.
All right. I have to come in for brunch. So basically you're going to get that, and it's going to start cooking. It's going to start thickening. You're going to start raising the volume of the egg yolk because you're adding air by whipping it.
I see.
And you're going to want to get that to the point to where, while you're continuously whipping, scraping the edges of the bowl, that way you're not getting cooked egg on the side. You're going to get that to where you can start to form ribbons in it.
Okay.
And basically by ribbons, almost a medium gravy consistency to where the lines of the wire whip going through it are going to hold up for a short period of time, then settle down.
So it basically at this point, as you continue to cook, Scott, it'll get thicker, right?
Mm-hmm. And it'll multiply in size.
And size.
By 25, 50%, just depends on how much.
And the constant stirring is doing what now? Again, tell me again.
Well, that's adding air to it.
Right.
And it's also keeping it from cooking to the bottom of the bowl.
Okay, so
even though you're utilizing a double boiler, that heat is building up a steam jacket between the bowl and the pot. and it will actually start to cook. It's just more of a constant temperature. It's easier to cook it without putting it on direct heat and actually scrambling the eggs.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've kind of cut for space and time. Scotty here, we're about what, 5.5 minutes in now, right?
Yeah, about 5.5 minutes in,
And you can see exactly what you were talking about. It's thickened up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're starting to get those ribbons.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That look good.
And then slowly disappearing.
Yeah.
And this right here is pretty much at the point you're gonna want to have it before you add your final ingredient, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the most important ingredient, and that's butter.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna kill the temperature just a little bit.
All right.
Turn that down.
Okay.
And over here, I've got about a cup's worth of butter, and it's best if you let that sit out at about room temperature to slowly start to soften. It's
So
going to incorporate into the lemon curd a little bit better.
So you want it to be a little soft before you put it in.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to be sitting there.
And about how much butter
take
do
a
we
while.
have here now?
This right here is about a cup and a
Cup.
quarter, right around there.
Good.
And while that's on low a little bit, you still got the heat in the pan,
Right.
you're going to incorporate that butter just a little bit at a time.
Ah, so not all of it, just a
Yeah.
piece here and there.
Yeah, you wait until that piece is just about melted. And you'll be adding another piece.
I'll
Oh,
hold
thank
it.
you. And
And so you kind of wait until each piece kind of melts up before you put in the next.
Correct, and that's going to give it a really nice shine. It's going to add a really rich, buttery consistency, and of course the flavor. I find unsalted butter works the best for it.
Sure. I can remember Julia Child saying, "You never can use enough butter."
Well, yeah, it's French cooking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 3 ingredients in fresh cooking: butter, butter, and more butter.
And more butter. That's looking real good now too, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the butter is actually going to kind of thicken it a little bit too.
Right.
That's basically what you call mounting, and you can mount, you
Mounting.
mount sauces. Yeah, and you use butter to tighten your white wine sauces, marsala sauces, your lemon curd. It'll tighten that a little bit. And when this is after it's all set up and chilled, it's basically the basis for some of the best lemon meringue pie you can make.
Always my favorite.
Yeah.
Always my favorite.
Set that there. And you just incorporate that until all the butter's used.
And then when you have finished the mixing process, all right,
Mm-hmm.
what's the next step? Where does it go after that?
You can put it into jars, individual containers, Tupperware, with the lid,
Oh, yeah.
and you just refrigerate it. And it'll set up, pretty much like what a lemon meringue pie would be like, or some kind of a lemon filling. Slip that edge down.
Right. Then you have turned the heat down, putting the butter in,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. You don't want to continue. There's still quite a bit of a heat built up between the bowl and
In
the
the bowl,
pan
yeah.
itself. Yeah. And
Okay.
the last piece of butter.
All the butter's gone.
You can always use more butter or less butter.
But butter to taste is what you're saying.
Yes.
No vodka in here? No, I guess not.
No, not yet.
All right.
That'll come in our final procedure when we do make our lemon tiramisu. So the butter's pretty much incorporated.
Wow.
Take that off.
Sure looks good.
Yes. How about a taste?
Yeah. You mind?
Yeah.
So just dip?
Yeah.
Oh. You don't know what you're missing. And here at Botticelli's, we'll see this where on the menu?
This right here will be served at brunch in place of our oil and bread, a little bit of it. And then also this is the basis for the filling in the lemon tiramisu.
You can't miss it. We'll see you right here at Botticelli's.